It's
reports.
7/12, we're starting the Octoberfest meeting. We just handed out the financial results of Octoberfest 2018. Generally speaking, we did reasonably well. We brought in more money than we made last year. However, okay, we also spent a lot more money than we did the year before. So, but the net result is we came out pretty much average what we usually do. Okay, so it was a pretty standard event. There are some places where we spent more money than we usually do. One of them was on miscellaneous stuff, because we had purchased, one of the highlights is we purchased like 10 of the orange things, remember?
Yep.
Orange canopies, that was a big expense.
Yeah, we also got the carpeting and
We also got the puppy run stuff. That was another big expense.
Yeah.
And then this year, we also spent, we actually purchased prizes for
Yeah.
the cash cube, where normally we get those donated. So we did spend a lot more this year, but we made it back because it was such a busy day. So you know, our net result is pretty standard, it's pretty same, you know. We did, in the beer garden, suffer a loss, not negative money. We made money in the beer garden, but we threw away a lot of product, and we paid for it.
So we overpurchased.
Yeah.
That's so hard to
No,
really
we didn't
determine.
overpurchase. We didn't, it was foam.
It was,
We purchased foam.
we purchased
Oh.
foam, is what we purchased.
That's not okay.
No, it's not right, and I didn't, you know, I put in a complaint, but they charged us for it anyway. They modified the bill, and then they sent it to us, and we still paid for foam.
yeah.
Yeah. There's another couple of questions. Really, I actually have a problem with Berkshire in that their communication is terrible. Okay? It's almost unbearable because they wait till the last week before they communicate with us. You know? One of the other questions was who picks out the stuff that we sell?
I did. Well, they do. They do and we did.
I know,
Because we had a lot of requests this year where we're like, oh, we want cider and we want wine and we want all this stuff, and so that's what we got.
I know, but what happened is Octoberfest is the big seller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is. We sold out of Oktoberfest by 12:30. We only had 2 kegs.
2 hours.
Okay, right?
2 hours.
Huh?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay,
Take an hour.
and then we had you know, however many things of steel rail or something. But you know, we had one on tap, but we never finished that one on tap there. So what good did that do us?
Was that another beer?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
flavor is how you want to put
So
it. I don't know. I don't
my
drink
question is
Style.
that
I
you
don't
know.
drink beer,
Style,
so.
okay.
We're picking the wrong stuff, no? And then if we do wine, we should do it by the bottle,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
That was way overkill on wine.
Yeah, because we can send it back.
Yeah.
You know, they'll take it back if it's in a sealed bottle, but they won't if we tap a.
Well, I don't know if they distribute. I mean, because that was the
Yeah.
whole thing, was that we were able to just get it from one place. I don't know if you want to start going, oh, we're gonna I don't think we should do wine. We didn't sell
Well, we
wine, like,
did.
it's
We
not-
did sell wine, and
How much?
we had a lot of people that liked the idea that we had it. Okay.
But that's the point, is if you
But
can get
maybe you know
4
that's
bottles
yeah.
Yeah.
or 6
Yeah.
bottles.
But
We
the
can
problem
do
is you
that.
gotta go through a
Pay the wine.
distributor to do it.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? We can go to some package store and ask for their distributor to send us in 12 bottles or something.
We tried that.
Huh?
We tried that. We tried to go through a
I
distributor.
didn't
to
try
get it.
that.
Okay.
Because we said we had it, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, so,
Well, for the people that drink wine, we'll ask them what's a good white one, what's a good red one.
I don't think the kinds were a problem. I think the quantity and the way that it was served was a
Okay.
problem, you know?
Did we, and I should know this, so I apologize, but did we have it clearly advertised that there was wine in
Yes.
beer tent as well,
Yes,
beer garden as well?
yes.
The first
There
year,
was
a lot of
signage
times
and
of
whatnot.
anything is
Of
always,
course.
oh, look what they have, oh gee, I missed it. So
Yeah.
the following year, they may be looking for it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't.
How much did we sell?
It's hard to tell. How, you pick up the keg and say, how much did we sell?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we were selling beer at a keg an hour, and a wine, we bought a keg and didn't sell at all
No, not quite.
throughout the day.
I think the point is that we sold more the demand for Octoberfest beer was greater than we had, greater than the quantity we had.
Yep.
And so one of the issues is that, I think this is what you're getting at, is that Berkshire just shows up with beer, and it didn't match. The quantity of what they showed up with didn't match the supply of what we needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was based off of
that's a
what
good
we
way to
ordered?
Phrase that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
because,
based off of what they decided to show up with, is
yeah,
that right?
well, they kind of make an educated guess of,
Okay.
you know, the weather is this, so this is going to be our most popular. It'd be like, you know, if it's a cold day, a dark beer is going to do better than a
Well,
light beer.
that's
Okay.
not exactly accurate, because the guy who dropped it off the night before, I was there. And what he said is what we had in the van was what was left over from some other event,
Oh,
okay?
Wow.
So,
that's not how it usually goes.
yeah, so, yeah. He said, well, you got a lot of kegs in there, but we didn't really, they were, most of them were foam.
Yeah.
Which means that they probably used them and they thought they were full or something. So, you know, we tapped them thinking it was full and it's foam. So I'm not quite sure what we got billed for, you know. I mean, I questioned them, but, you know, so they modified the bill and sent me another one. So I wasn't gonna get in an argument with them or whatever because I didn't really know. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I just paid them. But what happened is last year, if you look at the amount of money that we did, okay, because you know, it was pretty standard there. We sold for $6 a 12-ounce cup, okay. We sold probably about, and I went by the number of cups. We sold a couple hundred more cups this year of beer than we had last year, okay. Except that last year we paid $433 for the beer we sold. This year we paid well over $1,000.
Gotcha.
Okay, so there's something definitely wrong with all of that mix. So we're just gonna have to get a better handle on what we order and how we account for it, I guess.
Do you want to still stick with this company, or should we try?
I don't know, I'd like to
I don't
probably
know
like,
any companies, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know, we've had issues almost all.
they have a great product, I like their beer, okay? I just hate the way we do business with them. I hate the way that they don't talk back to us. I hate the way that they don't return phone calls or emails, so, you know, that's really a problem.
When we started this process a handful of years back now with BBC, they make a great product.
Yes,
They're not the only company making a good product.
yeah. I don't know, maybe we should try someplace else. Or we, you know, maybe we won't go someplace else. Maybe we should talk and see what another company could do for us. And then, you know, if, you know, that doesn't work out or something, then.
I mean, I'd love to see us reach out to Purgatory. They're local. They're right down the road. You know, they're a local company.
Yeah.
You know,
Purgatory
sort of
and
work out something with them.
Purgatory and Kretschmann's, the owner of Kretschmann's, which I'm sure I'm butchering the name. Actually, their brewery is in Webster. They live in Douglas.
Yeah, right. I mean, these are the companies. Again, BBC's great. They've got a good product. They've done okay for us. We've
Well,
got
they
really
were
good beer
also
companies right in our backyard.
They were also the only ones who would step up when we first started this, because the
Yeah.
Board of Selectmen had like certain hoops,
Sure.
and they were the only
Okay.
ones who would jump through.
And we were novices and we didn't have any idea what we were doing and,
Yeah.
you know, it was
Got
good
the
to have
benefit of
somebody,
time on our
it
side.
was good to have somebody come in and, you know, kind of hold our hand and, you know, but we've done this a couple times now. And one of the things that's starting to be a problem is that there's almost no communication.
Yeah.
You know,
They come through when it matters. I mean, that's.
well, I know that,
but-
except that, you know, we're organizing an event, we take 12 months to organize an event, we still don't know if the beer's coming on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I have an
chances
issue.
are it'll be here, but
The issue I have is kegs of foam. We could have
Yeah.
sold that if it was beer.
yeah.
Yeah. And he had said, he's like, well, you should have called me. Like, in hindsight, maybe we should have. But
When we try to reach up to you throughout the whole year, you guys don't get back to us.
The first, here's what made them fantastic the first year. He stayed here. He was here the whole day.
Yeah.
Okay? And what happened is that when the girls went to tap a keg, if they had an issue, he was there. He fixed it.
Right.
Okay? We didn't have, they just left us on our own this time. There was nobody there to bail us out. I mean, I don't know how to do that stuff. So, we called you over and you had difficulty with it too. So
Yeah.
there was
I
definitely
took the line
some.
pressure down a little bit.
But
But
had
It's
that
besides the
happened,
point.
had
It's
we
not
had
our
a
job.
person there,
It's not our
we
job.
wouldn't have paid for those kegs because he would have known that they were foam. See?
yeah.
And then he would have known which ones were foam and which ones we were able to pour. So that would have been a little bit better.
Not to mention too, the time that was wasted, all of the time between fiddling with it and the girls pouring out foam was all time wasted that they could have been selling beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll gather up a couple options this year, and we'll see what we come up with.
Horrible, I tell you.
Okay.
Why don't you see if you can
I can.
find wine?
All right.
Someone who sells bottles. Because
Yeah.
we buy, a case of red and a case of white. And then if you open up a bottle and it doesn't sell, at most you're out
You're out of bottle.
a bottle.
$6.
Six glasses of wine.
Oh, but my normal teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other issue is going to be trying to find cider, because I think cider was a pretty
There are
popular
some,
item.
yeah, there are some local companies now too who are making cider.
Yeah, which is fine, but we don't want to start getting into, oh, we're going to get our cider from this person, or our beer from this person, or our wine from this person. Like, none of us have the time to manage that.
So, we can get cider on a keg. Actually, people are putting cider on a keg. You can put it in a keg.
Yeah, that's where
That's
it
the same
was
with
this
this
time.
year.
Did it come from BBC? The cider.
Yeah, it wasn't BBC's. It was another company that they work with.
Okay.
So that's so whoever we're going with needs to have a relationship with someone or make their own. And I mean, like again, like a Kretschmann, with this much notice, I would kind of think because they, I mean, any one of them should be able to.
Yeah, we've got the lead time. Now's the
Right.
time to start saying, hey, we're gonna order whatever it is. How many kegs did we get last year?
What, in 2008?
This last year.
Last
year.
Last year, how many
How many
kegs did we
kegs?
go through?
I've never been on one.
We went
No, I haven't.
five, I think.
I've never
4,
been on
5.
one. Is my grandma-
So 5 or 6 kegs.
But they were different sizes. There was a full keg versus a half keg.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play this game.
We will look into it.
See, in last year, 2017, we had enough Octoberfest. This time we only had one keg. It was out by noon.
Yeah.
Which means that if they had more than that, which they probably did, it went to the event before, the night before or something, somewhere else. So,
Yeah, like I said, I'd consider going with, somebody who's local,
I like that idea.
but,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like, say, ditch them for Harpoon or anything like that.
No.
So, yeah, we'll look into it.
There's so many local,
yeah,
really
I
good
think,
local
Yeah,
companies.
yeah.
There's
Yeah, no,
no
like I
reason
said, I
not.
just, and we're just gonna go round and round on this, so let's move
Yeah.
on. But, I mean, just, like, my whole thing is just,
Yeah.
the reason why we even have a beer garden is because they took a chance on us, and that's worth something.
I think, I mean, I don't know what you think, you're the one with the relationship with them, but is it worth, we research our options and then we talk to them and say,
Yeah.
this is where we're at, these are the issues that we had, these are the reasons we're considering this, and have a conversation with them before kicking them.
Well, I think, like, let's see what our options
Yeah.
are, and, we'll discuss it and see, who we
Sure.
wanna talk to and go from there. Do you want something to write on, Tony? It's a really sharp pen.
No, he doesn't want you gouging the table.
That better?
See your wife's.
That better?
Yes.
I haven't written anything yet.
Well, no,
I'm trying to head
he
you off.
fidgets.
But
He
but I
fidgets,
got
yeah.
this paperclip that I'm scratching
we'll
the
take
table.
that. Can we have one of the dogs?
The pen is nothing. Okay, so, I don't know, didn't really have time to look at the report, but that's pretty much the detail. And I think that, like last year, we had, because the beer garden did make money, we do have a profit on it, it was like $2,800. Last year, we offered as a donation, thanking the junk store for allowing us to use that corner of property, we gave them 20% of the profit. Okay,
Was it
are we
20?
still good with that, huh?
Was it 20?
It was 20, yeah, last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I already pre-calculated that, it would be this year, let's see, $564.
Okay.
Yep.
I move we make a donation in the amount of
$64.19.
to the Ian Drake store.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wait, do you mean the Historical Society?
Yeah. The stores.
Do we have to be specific?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'll be fine
You're the
writing
one who
both.
knows.
Yeah, we all
I'm
know.
going
what
to
we're doing.
write them both, okay.
Okay, additionally, we had 2 units, Boy Scout things. We usually give them a percentage of the bouncy rides that they run for us, the troop in the pack. And that's the amount that they earn from running the bouncy rides for us. $362 for the Cub Scout pack, and Troop 134, $463.
So that's what we're donating to them,
Yeah,
that amount?
yeah.
It's not a percentage of that amount.
It's not a percentage, it's based on,
Is it they run the ride and
They
once the
run the-
ride is paid
they,
for?
yeah, they run the ride and we, are you finding
Math is
typo?
off.
Yeah, you
He's
found
a
typo.
teacher.
Mine can stay like that.
He's gonna fix it. Smile, doesn't say anything, he just fixes it.
Okay, there's 5 others.
Proceed.
Is my math off or is his math off?
It's an Excel spreadsheet, so math shouldn't be off.
It looks like it's a total partnership payout of $1,389.79.
Don't look at me, I don't have the paper.
What? What are we
Well,
asking?
you're assuming that there's a formula.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not $825 because that doesn't work. When you add in the Ian Jenks Historical Society, it adds up to $1,389.
No, this is just for the Midway.
I'm looking at on this page. Sorry,
Oh.
under the financial report for partnership payouts, sponsorships.
That's the wrong day, the wrong year. That's 2007.
Where?
No,
This is 18.
give me that one.
I got 18.
Yeah, I get 18
Do you
too.
have 18?
I have 18. Yep.
Alright, so
Oh
she's
yeah,
on a
this did happen
different
in 18
page.
in 2018.
She's on
Page 2 of 4,
Okay.
halfway down.
Yeah,
Douglas Historical Society, Pack 134, Troop 134.
yeah.
You have total partnership payouts at $825.60, but it's
Oh.
1,300, I think. I don't always trust
This
my
adding
math.
is wrong.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's not. Okay.
You didn't add in the
Wait a minute.
Historical
I know, but there's a reason why I have that calculating that way, okay? Is because the 564 that we give for that, I don't want in the partnership payout total because it's not a partnership payout, it's a donation. Okay, so it's done like that deliberately. Okay, so if you would add.
Okay. Then can we categorize it differently on the sheet?
Yeah, that's the way it should be. It should be broken out then differently, but
I mean, it's not a big deal,
Right.
but
Yeah.
just,
For future reference or
Yeah.
Future reference.
corrections?
I'll
Okay,
correct it future, but.
okay.
It was presented differently because it's not, those two aren't the same. If you add the pack and the troop, that's a partnership one. but Douglas Historical is a donation.
Yeah.
So it should have donations on page one.
Yeah,
Should
I
have
know, it should be up in a different category, but,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's a good catch.
Oh, thank you.
She went
Now
to
look at the
school
same
too.
page as everyone else.
Questions?
We need to vote on the
What about this?
partnership money and giving them the money, right? So I move that we give PAC 134 amount of $362.40 and Troop 134 BSA 463.20.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any other questions about financials? Other than that.
Do you have
correction?
the
Huh?
scholarship listed on here?
The scholarship is listed, but it's not subtracted out, because we pay that, that's a standing obligation for us. It's got really nothing to do with the event,
Okay,
okay?
okay.
So I listed on the front page as like a standing obligation for us, just so that it reminds us that we have that. But it's something that we do after the accounting's closed. It's not really part of the accounting for the event.
Are we good with this? Are we all set?
The kids are asking to turn on the TV, is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's so much fun, right?
Sorry, I just wanna make sure.
You wanna talk about the scholarship?
Yes.
So we modified the essay prompt for this year. Those had gone, the revision had gone out, I think at the end of last year. So the new scholarship application reflects that and,
Yeah, I sent it to it. I sent it to you. I fixed it and sent it to you.
so the new, prompt reads as follows. The Douglas Octoberfest is an event founded on the belief of giving back to the community. Describe a time in which you have given back to your community. What did you learn and how did this experience shape you?
I like that.
So every year we read them, we ask, we sort of ask the question about like giving, community service. And so now sort of explicitly asking the time where you've worked with your community.
Yep.
Cool.
There you go. So I sent a copy to you and you.
Yep.
Somewhere it's gonna go on the website or somewhere where they download it. I think we send it off to the school too somehow, don't we?
Yeah, I'll get it off to the
Yeah.
school.
Alright.
Speaking of which of the schools, thinking some combination of us should try to meet up with someone at the high school this year and kind of explicitly express our concerns with involvement and engagement and volunteers.
Mostly, actually. Okay, I don't know, like when they put these in, we usually get this big packet from the guidance office at the high school.
John's talking about a completely different issue.
She doesn't look at them?
No,
No,
so
no,
I've
no,
sort of
no.
segued away from the scholarship to how we consistently year after year get no help from the high
Community
school.
service.
We get no help from kids.
Oh, you're talking about a different thing.
Yeah.
I had contacted the middle school for the 8th grade because would have time up till summertime to discuss it, knowing that they're gonna go into freshman year and they still have to choose their class advisor, but they would still be discussing and talking about what they would possibly like to do for Octoberfest. I also called and left a message for the high school principal regarding the same thing, that we'd like to have them back involved, and I'd like to schedule whether it's the whole school or class by class, like the freshmen, the sophomores and all that, so we can actually have discussion time and talk with them about participating in Octoberfest and their thoughts, and they want suggestions or anything. I have not heard back from either principal.
I mean, this year I reached out to I reached out to the advisor of every organization in the high school in which students are required to get community service hours, volunteer hours.
And how many signups did you get?
Zero. And I reached, and I again, I work in a school, I know how schools work, like, things shut down from June to September, so I reached out in May, and then first thing when school got started up, you know, hey, Octoberfest is 6 weeks away, 4 weeks away.
Mhm.
Focus, nothing. And this is not, you know, the first year or second year this event has been going on. It's been years.
Mm.
The same weekend for
There's
years.
just,
And I'm getting
there's a
real
million
upset.
of them out there running around playing all day.
And I'm getting, you know, really tired of giving a student at the high school $500 every year when the high school doesn't support the event. And not only doesn't support it, but leans on the event to make money. You know, and at some point this is like turned
The individual
into,
programs lean on it.
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
the boosters and the clubs are using the event to make money and not contributing in any way to the event.
Well, but see, I think they look at it differently than that. They believe that if they're at the event doing fundraising, they're contributing to the event.
And no.
Well, that's what they write up, when you read their scholarship, you know, they sold something at their booth at Octoberfest, that was community service.
Well, we could
That-
explain that
and-
if we get a meeting. I
Yeah.
mean,
So,
So-
I wouldn't say that's entirely fair. You know, we do have, you know, the band which performs at Oktoberfest. We do have
Yeah.
the chorus which performs
Yeah.
at Oktoberfest. So we do have some community participation in the event. What we're not getting is the volunteerism, you know, outside of those two
Yeah,
organizations.
that's a better statement, because it is true, we do have participation by the band.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there are numerous other organizations which, when they have performed or whatever, helped out in some way, they're doing us a favor by doing it. You know, like for example, the cheerleaders. It was like pulling teeth to get them to come do it, and instead of it being an opportunity for them to practice and perform or whatever, you know, the whole time it was them doing us a favor. Even though I had to drive up and bring their mats down, you know, the trailer at 6 o'clock in the morning.
John's still bitter because we were performing on stage and the head of the cheerleaders
No,
went over. and
it
was
has
like,
nothing to do with it. No,
Hey,
it
you
has
guys
nothing-
done?
No, seriously, it has nothing to do with that.
seriously, you guys weren't
Oh
performing?
yeah, no, she was
I mean,
incredibly
they're
rude. It was,
But
yeah.
Well, they don't have to be asked back, we could.
and they haven't been.
Yeah.
They haven't been. But the point stands that it's a community event in which we are now starting to get people and organizations outside of the community who are coming here to help us. Case in point with Whitensville Christian School performed for us. I had a student come from Franklin to perform for us. You know,
Valley Tech, robots.
we have Valley Tech coming.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, like, I think back to that meeting at the meeting about the budget in town. You want better PR from your high school? There it is. There's a free weekend where you can, you know, sort of start to shift the PR around the high school. Push back against Valley Tech, which is out there with their robots doing their thing. Get off my soapbox.
Well, what do you suggest we do from here? I did call and leave messages for both principals and have not heard back. I've not reached back out. It's been about a month and I can call back and try again.
Yeah, no, I mean, I want a face-to-face. I want to sit down with people.
Well, that's what I was trying to, I wanted to ask the principal to set it up so that whoever or all of us, his favorite thing to do, to go to the schools
Or
and talk.
invite them here. Invite them to a meeting.
What about the superintendent?
I mean, I think the superintendent's still too far removed from the, like, what we need is like, in the schools, we need someone to put some weight and pressure on clubs to say like, go show up and help out.
But if it comes down
Yeah,
from
if
the
it's
not, it won't. It
superintendent
won't.
through
It's
the
not-
principals.
It doesn't work that way. No. And we should invite club advisors to come to a meeting.
I mean, I work in the middle school, I can talk to the principal.
Okay, well,
And
that's a
see.
start. Well, you, cause
I
you wanna
can't
talk to
guarantee
the
I have any
8th grade.
sway with him, but
Right,
I can talk to him. I mean, I could talk to the 8th grade teachers as well and see, you know, who's,
I want people here. I want like, because we've talked, we've sent emails. It's this, you know, like, what's the next step?
Well, the
It's
8th
like-
grade, they'll be freshmen
right.
by the time Octoberfest starts up.
See, but I feel you've gotta talk to the kids as well, not just the class advisors.
they're not gonna let you talk to the kids though until you've really cleared it with them.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay, that's fine, but we
Yeah.
need to be able to do that, and I'm not getting any phone calls back, so I will reach out again saying, we're trying to make this happen.
So here's another idea. The kids are involved in ski racing. If there's anything that sounds more bourgeois than that, I don't know what it is, but they have a volunteerism requirement. So your kids want to participate, great. You need to volunteer 2 races the entire day, or you pay us $100. So you want to fundraise at our event? Fine. We need people, or you're gonna pay extra, because the event doesn't happen for nothing.
if they're
Interesting.
fundraising, are they paying for a booth?
Yeah.
Yeah, paying for a vendor.
So can we really put that requirement on if we're not putting it on out of every other vendor?
Yeah.
Who else fundraises? Who are our fundraising vendors?
All over the place, but with the school, you have the band boosters, you have the PTO, you have,
Is it just school?
no, we have vendors from all over
We
everything,
have
that are
vendors from
little,
all over.
No, no, no.
little,
Who's fundraising?
Like who's, we're
We're your
here,
fundraiser.
give us
Yep.
money.
Who are the groups? It's not the politicians.
no,
No, it's just public PR. Who are the fundraising groups?
dog orphans, there was a cat,
Dog Orphans is fundraising or raising awareness?
they were selling,
Yeah, they're
so maybe
they're
that's.
putting on the event. I mean, like, you know,
Right.
so I mean, which is kind of the same reason why we. So whose
So they
whose
came
booths
back, though.
do we waive? Right, we waive the fee for the band boosters because they perform.
They've paid the last 2 years.
They paid.
They have paid for 2 spots the last 2 years, and they've never asked for a waiver, so
I
okay,
think he's
thank
onto
you.
something. I think you're onto something.
I'm not so sure. Explain
We
to
have-
me
We have a
again.
lot of fundraising out there, and we don't, unless they've done something for us. I mean, we've traded off spaces before because they perform.
Athletic boosters, They're fundraising.
I think we should hash out this idea a little bit, but I mean, I think, you know, if you wanna fundraise at the event, that's gonna cost you 2 or 3 man hours.
I'm just gonna throw it out.
I think that's a tough call.
I mean,
I
no,
think-
for sure, I think we need to look, and that's why I wanna know, like, how many people we're actually talking about. And sort of like, cause we need to make sure we're keeping, we're not keeping people unduly out, you know, of this.
Right.
But like, something in there where we're, we're getting some people to help out.
So my thought on this, and I don't disagree. However, from devil's advocate side, having been there, as an organization who wants to run a booth for fundraising or publicity purposes, getting that booth manned for the day is a huge challenge in and of
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, they have the
They
same
have
problem
the
we
same
do.
issue with lack of volunteerism
Yeah.
that we're facing. So I don't know, you're looking at saying to those same small groups of people who are volunteering for these organizations that they need to do more volunteering or they can't participate because they're not gonna get other people. And I've done the PTO and
Yeah.
I've been at the booth all day long because we couldn't get people to help out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I don't disagree, but just from a logistics standpoint, that could be a real challenge
Do we know?
for these groups that are mainly being run by parent volunteers. You're not talking about, most of these groups don't, with the exception of like the band and the chorus probably, a lot of them don't
Yeah,
have a lot of student volunteers themselves.
I'm gonna throw the gauntlet down. Like, you know what? How many kids are in sports in this town?
Tons.
Okay. How many of them are showing up to volunteer?
But there's, oh, well, the athletic, okay.
Yep. There you go. There's
But
there's
that's
no
not
excuse
gonna
for
apply
that.
to
Other,
every
other than that, that's what I
organization.
hear every time, which is, well, my kids are playing sports that day.
Mhm.
Okay, when they're done, they can come and help us clean up.
Or the other thing I would say too, and I don't know if you would want volunteers at that point, but on Friday when you guys are setting up, do you guys want like seniors helping out with that setup? Or are they gonna be in the way? Because they don't have school that day.
Yeah.
Every year that I've been involved so far, we've had a professional development day. So the staff are all at school all day and the kids are sitting around doing nothing all day.
On what day?
The day before
Friday
Octoberfest.
before.
Mm-hmm.
There,
So
there is no time throughout Friday to Saturday night that
That we
people
don't need
could
people.
not be put to work.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what
the
I'm
fact
saying,
is,
like-
no one's getting younger.
right.
So, and we're getting to a point where,
The event's getting bigger.
you know, yeah, money isn't the issue. Like,
Right.
you want to keep sucking off the teat, then at some point you're gonna have to you know, feed it some hay.
Mm-hmm. But maybe we find people who can volunteer on Friday. Like people don't know that we're looking for volunteers.
He's
Hey.
laughing how you worded it, and I started laughing, and I looked at John, and John.
Every time I hear about, oh, you know,
I'm doing
there's-
my best to
we-
maintain
you know, we gotta-
professionalism here.
Okay,
We,
I
we
know.
gotta have roosters in town. We gotta have roosters. We're a farming
Exactly what you
community.
meant. Yep.
Yeah, it was just the words that you
All right.
chose.
Feed
I
the
never
house
did
in
get the whole history of the rooster thing,
I-
but
Yeah, I mean,
I just know you're known for it.
there,
What happened, especially this time, this last Octoberfest, the weather was awesome, we had a big event, but we had a lot of stuff going on, and it was a lot of work to set up for it. It took us 2 days to set up for it this time, not one.
Thursday.
And it was
Thursday,
getting,
Saturday.
huh?
Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah, it's, and then, you know, we usually have, you know, a pretty good crew that helps us put away. I mean, that goes really fast, like clockwork. But in the morning, the Friday and even the Thursday before now, you know, there's a team of like 3 or 4 guys. that do that,
Putting away
you know,
is
so-
still it is a physically taxing.
Yes, it is.
Well, especially because
Yep.
you've been going all day and you're exhausted.
Right.
And we've got
Like
more and
I've
more stuff.
done.
We have more and more stuff.
Yeah, and we have
Yeah.
more and more stuff.
Mhm.
Somebody likes to build stuff out of 2x6s.
Yeah,
Did you find the heaviest ones?
but
in
that's
that pile?
because you gotta remember,
water on
that we
before
used to
you-
have guys throw these around, okay? So they have to be made so that they can withstand that. You know?
So
Yeah, 4 stages, canopies.
It is fun to watch
a
you
dog
guys-
running course.
break down at the end of the day.
yeah, but
Glad
the
you
problem
find
is
joy.
literally we are breaking down at the end of the day. Like it's, I know by
I
the time
couldn't
that
do
thing's
anything that day. Sorry.
And
I
then-
would be better for this
But
one.
all during that time too, there's still a lot of trash to pick up, you know.
Yeah.
and
We
got-
did-
There was a lot of help with that though.
We had help with pickup because there were students, and weren't your kids were helping as well, weren't
I
they?
always make my kids help out,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but we had students that were doing community service, specifically coming up to us
So we did have
at 3
some.
o'clock, saying, "Hey, I'm here."
Not a lot.
Your kids?
No, but there were
Students. We had students.
My kids too, yeah, but that's part of
They
what,
were
when I
like,
volunteered.
they
it's
were
always family.
either
the
8th grade,
students from where?
freshman, maybe a sophomore, but I thought they were basically freshmen.
Well, then that very much changes the narrative of we had 0.
No, there were 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, there
helping.
weren't a ton, but there were some.
But it was so quick cleaning
Yeah,
up
it was
because
great.
they were there.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was helpful.
That's great.
On the same
We need more of
note,
that.
slightly unrelated but mostly related, we don't do a lot to recognize the people who do volunteer for us. And so that was something that my husband pointed out afterwards. Is like, so when are you sending out thank you notes to all your volunteers? And I was like, I don't even know who they all are. I'm not. And that was something that he pointed out. So if we want to talk about we're not getting volunteers, we need to make sure we're taking care of our volunteers too, and
Do you
making
want
them
to send
feel
cards, or do you
appreciated.
want to, if we have permission, splash them on the website and leave them up there for the year 2000, whatever it is? these were our volunteers for
Both.
this day, and they'd be like, oh, my name's on the web.
Both.
I mean, we should
I think they should get a thank you
Send
note
them
from
all
us.
gift
It's not
cards.
gonna
Okay.
kill us to do that.
$10 or $15 gift card to Coffee Bean.
Only if they donated.
It's hard enough sometimes filling the cash cube and the spinning wheel, but
Right.
the coffee
But
bean
I
guy
don't
is
even know if
great
people
with
want,
that.
like, there was a woman who was there all day long at this spinning wheel and cash cube.
Oh.
And I wish I could remember her name. She was absolutely lovely, and she said, I wanted to come out and just be a part of the community. I wanted to volunteer and be a part of the community. I figured this would be a great way to get to know people. Maybe we do something.
We did, I tried to do that actually a little bit this year, because we had bottles of water for them. You know, so we're trying to make it a little bit more
Yeah.
pleasant to volunteer.
Yeah.
You know, we had the awnings for the, so they're not
And I
sitting
think
out in the
those were
sun.
huge.
So, you know, we're trying to get a little better at that. I had coolers of water and,
It's also, I mean, last year was also the first year that we had any
Sun.
sort of volunteer that wasn't
Part of us.
begging family and friends to
Yeah.
help.
yeah.
So I think we're learning
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
into things. But that's also, last year was also another year in the making. We got some of those names from the survey.
Yeah.
I sent out email after email saying like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, like some personal emails, and we picked up a few people because of that, which is
Yeah.
good.
I mean,
So
there's
next
also
year,
another
we'll do
thing, you know,
that.
some families don't have a lot of money, they have kids. If you give us, you know, 2 hours every time, we give you so many tickets for your kids on the bouncy rides or something. I don't know if we wanna go down that road, but some sort of thank you.
Tony's the worst about giving out stuff for bouncy rides.
There's another piece here too, which is, and we had talked about this, was the rides make money. And if a club or an organization wants to man the ride all day and bring in a little bit of money.
Yeah, here's the problem. It doesn't make enough money for them to man it all day, because what
Yeah.
happens is, back to her point, which is you wind up getting 2 volunteers for the entire day, so they've spent
Yeah,
you
and
know,
I'm
8
saying,
hours
like, in
out
lieu
there,
of a booth.
and they've made $100.
In lieu of a booth, I think more than $100.
I mean, it depends
Well,
on the
it
year.
depends, it does if it's a great day. If you
Yeah,
get a
right.
rainy day, then,
Which unfortunately we had, you
Yeah.
know, like a string of them, so it got more
I
difficult.
mean, I think the same is true though for someone collecting money out on the street in a vendor booth, that if it's crappy weather, there's not many people out there, people aren't gonna be spending.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I don't know how
Unless you're
much.
selling fried dough.
Yeah, fried dough with baked potatoes.
Well, we're not,
Usually the food.
I don't think we're
The food
talking
sells
about-
out no matter what weather.
Are the band, so, I mean, I guess I should learn a little bit more, the organizations like the band boosters or whatever, are they selling
Yes.
Yeah.
products?
They do, well, they do 2 booths now, and they do their potatoes, and then next to it, they have items that they sell, whether it's t-shirts or
Okay.
anything like that, but also,
Are there any people fundraising just for the sake of fundraising, not selling it?
athletic boosters. They get great prizes every year, and they do a silent auction, and it does very well, as far as I know, every year. They have great prizes. I'm trying to think of, who else? The Girl Scouts donated their time, they did a great job of doing the hat table. I didn't have to worry about that
Yeah.
table at all.
Yeah.
And they had just a raffle basket, trying to raise money, and they didn't make much money. But they're willing to come back again and do it again this next year, which is great. I don't have to worry about the hat table again. We do have to get extra hats because the girls were very colorful.
Okay.
They're there all day. I mean, so
Yeah.
we'll
You're
get
getting
Girl
lots
Scouts
of little
make their own
kids
hats.
hanging out.
Yeah, so back to your point though,
PTO, all them,
Yeah.
they do specifically fundraisers.
Okay.
we need to do a better job of recognizing volunteers. And one of the problems is that the volunteers wind up being kind of haphazard in a way. So like we definitely have the people who sign up with Eric, and you know they're assigned, and those people are easy to recognize. But then we have like Tim's brother stopped by and
Right.
helped us, and Brett Argel just jumped in, and you know so actually
we need to
Brett
make-
actually signed up, but you know I mean like there
No,
was
but
just,
your point is made.
yeah, there was another guy that was just like, hey, I'm here to help, you
Right.
know. So it's hard to capture that, but if we can get people to sign up, I will be absolutely happy to read like those names from the main stage, and I think that would be a good thing to
I
do.
mean, I think we can do better. I think we can
Send them from the main
No,
stage?
no, we can like send them a gift card, a thank you note.
No, we should do that. But I'm saying like the
We can
day
host a
of.
dinner.
I think it's
Yes.
something that we should do. Is hey, we'd like to thank the
Thank
following
you.
volunteers, you know,
Sure.
for being here today. Blah 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 blah. You know, because I always try to thank the committee, and I try to thank all the you know.
The
the
chances
other
are they're not
people.
going to hear their name unless they're seen in the right.
Somebody
spot
else might
at the
hear
right
it
time.
though.
Yeah,
And
and
they
and it's
have
also
any-
you know
It's
it's
free.
always
It's
videotaped.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's just
For
it's just something that should be done.
Right.
What about if we, and I don't know, I mean, maybe it's over the top, but what if we do like a thank you from Octoberfest in the local paper and list the names of people who volunteered for us to say thank you?
Yeah, it's great too.
You know,
My
I mean, I
brothers-
feel like the more we do,
Yeah, the
The
more
better.
willing
Yeah.
people
know?
are, yeah.
and then they might see, oh, so and so volunteered, you know, maybe, I don't know.
My
But I
brother
think
has
it
volunteered
wouldn't
in the
hurt us
ticket
to
booth
sit
for 10
together
years
and
now.
write out some quick thank you notes, have everyone sign it and,
Yeah.
you know, have those out within a week or so of Oktoberfest and just,
Yep.
We could easily do like,
John's really good at thank
you
you
know,
cards.
we could do like a pizza.
I'm not.
I could give them a certificate.
We could do a certificate. Sure.
Yeah. My brother
With-
would
with
say thank
Tony's
you.
face on
My
it.
brother would rather have a coffee. Yeah, if you're gonna do
Yeah, no,
that.
I super
But-
like the idea of doing something with like like a coffee for little coffee bean. Hey, thanks
Thanks.
for helping out.
Thanks
Here's
for
here's a
helping
free
out.
coffee.
Here's a
over
coffee.
That'd be great. Even if
Yeah.
it's just a cup of coffee or something, we can work with the little coffee bean on that. I'm sure they would be willing to work with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They usually give us stuff the day of, but I'm thinking this is.
Yeah, they're just
This is
so
different.
He'd
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
This
you,
is different.
he'd tell you, I give you a thing for your volunteers.
But so that's
We
my
can pay for
point.
it. We
But
can
but
pay for it.
He
yeah, no,
also donates
what if
for
it costs
the
us $5
spinning wheel.
and we get 20 people? Like
Yeah.
what is that?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and again, like if I'm giving $100 to Little Coffee Bean who supports the hell out of our
Yeah.
event,
Yeah.
here's
Absolutely.
$100. Like
I
I'm
agree.
happy to support you. Thanks for
I agree.
supporting us.
Everyone.
I'm
it's
gonna
everyone-
remember that next year. I'm gonna come to you for the $100, okay?
You take it out of John's budget. I'd be happy to give that to you.
Okay,
so I think that could go a long way towards
Take it
helping
out.
us.
I think that's
it's a building
Getting the
block,
list
but-
of names and connections is hard because our life is so crazy that day. They come and they go, they come and they go. Maybe we could have a sign up
That's what I'm thinking, if we have like a sign-in sheet.
right
We
there.
call it our volunteer sign-in sheet at the
At
place
the
where
booth.
you're hanging out.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
check in, they
The
sign
admin-
in.
The administrative tent.
Yes,
okay,
that's what I was
was an
looking for.
awesome
Mhm.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay, it,
That was great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't actually stay in it all
Well,
day, but it
because what
worked out.
happened is, in the morning, it's chaos with vendors coming
Oh.
in. And the vendors say, oh, I don't know where my spot is. Okay, well, you got an email.
Talk to
but,
Mary.
Yeah, the orange tent
And
was
what happened
fine.
is,
Yep.
that in the past, we used to say, oh, you gotta find Mary.
Yeah.
And she's all over the place. So we say, go to the administration tent.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that,
Right.
people throughout the day came and commented about this, commented about that, gave us information. One lady questioned me to no end about becoming a vendor or something else like that. I mean, she was there for like an hour. And then, but also Kara Marchand, I have to throw her name out there. She helped me from the get-go in the morning, throughout the day and after. And she was telling people where their booth sites were and using the map, and then she would run up and show them where it was, because I would tell her where it was. There were times I had to leave the booth, but basically, she was really good, where she even said, sit down and eat. I mean, she was fantastic. I would love to have her back again this year, but I don't know what her schedule's gonna be.
Right,
But she was extremely helpful.
yeah.
One thing that came up, I think it was last year, and I think you guys might have actually used to do this, was like a award for best booth. Best venue spot.
Oh, really?
Try to
I'm
encourage-
excited, tell me.
That's the idea.
Yeah. We've done it before.
That's all of the idea, there's no more.
That's
Yeah,
it?
you get a free.
What do you mean best? I mean,
They
best
get a free booth
display.
next year?
Yeah.
Well, no,
Seriously,
if they
like, we
donate
did this-
to the cash cube, they get thrown in for a raffle
We did?
We've
for
done this before.
I don't
a
remember.
free
but-
door prize. I mean, a free
Booth.
booth for the next year.
Yeah.
But how would you, we would have to get someone who's not on the committee to do that.
Why?
Why?
Oh, I don't wanna be in charge, cause I've known the vendors forever. It'll have to be someone who doesn't know the vendors personally.
We just
What,
get,
to judge them?
Yeah, and we'll put on, we haven't sent
What's
out
the
the forms.
criteria? They're different.
Well, that's my
Sure.
question. I mean, are you
Yes.
going of how they're,
I think you guys
how
are
they're set up,
Yeah,
how
you're
friendly?
you're overthinking this.
Oh my god, you're way overthinking this.
That's
Like,
booth.
seriously, you ever been to the thing
That's
in
booth.
Blackstone? Like the one at
Inside,
yeah.
it's been years.
Okay, but they have a best booth.
Just best booth.
How do they choose the best booth though? I wanna know their
You just
What's the
criteria.
choose the one-
criteria?
That's
Whatever
you just-
appeals to you the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall.
Just choose whichever
No
one you like the
criteria,
best.
whichever one, like, you could look at this one, they're all sloppy and gross, this one's beautiful,
I mean, like,
little shiny things.
The
And they're
Douglas,
friendly?
the
Okay.
Douglas Orchard
Yeah.
guy did a really good job. He brought out torch socks and his thing, and he made it look nice, like that. You know, like someone
Yeah.
just kind of get them dressed up a little bit.
Yeah, don't overthink.
Okay, so we have not sent out the vendor forms, even though I've had people calling me since December.
That's awesome.
And I think we should let's throw money at it. Throw money at it.
Well, we just said
If we
you got
get
a
a
free
free
booth
booth
next year.
Cash.
You guys are spending money
No,
where they,
$50.
No, you
No.
get a free booth
Free booth
next
next
year.
year.
$50.
No, you get a free booth.
What would you rather have?
If you're a vendor, you're
A free
sent for a free
If
booth.
you're a vendor, you want the
Hold
free
on.
booth.
E-
No, hold
either-
on. You want money.
No,
No.
Cash.
no. The free booth is
Cash,
fine.
Yeah. so
Because
free booth.
you know what a free booth does? It guarantees them a spot next year.
What if we make it
They're gonna
a
get a
free
spot anyway.
No,
booth, like,
not
do we have like a
necessarily.
prize location that everybody wants, that we can like be like,
Oh
this
god,
is
don't
your
do that.
spot?
Don't do that. You're gonna give her a corner. Don't do that.
All right, free booth. Best booth.
Free booth.
That's a good idea, John. I like that. A free
Yes.
booth.
Very
Plus
good.
$50. Plus $50.
Now that it's his idea.
You can't have both.
It's just a free booth, John.
Best,
Don't overthink it.
Best booth.
Alright, I like that.
We we each walk around throughout the day. We come together at 2 o'clock and decide.
I'll have someone
Yeah,
at
we'll
my
meet in the beer
information
garden.
booth.
Yeah, and we'll decide.
Well,
Really?
and we'll decide.
You said you don't wanna be part of it, you don't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
We don't
I
care
can't-
where
that's
we're gonna
right,
meet.
I can't- yeah,
You can
yeah.
stand on the outside of the beer garden. and
But
talk.
I may have an opinion where I may
Nope,
not even
nope,
really.
nope. You
okay,
just
no,
said you
I'm
want
up.
nothing to do with it.
I'm up,
And then
alright.
you can make a certificate with your face on it, and we can announce it at the.
Announce it at the end of the day.
we got,
What am I?
we still got ribbons that say
Yes.
first, second, and third place. And give a ribbon.
Marionette.
For first place.
Well, I would give them a certificate and then I would give them, announce it that they get a free,
Can we do worst booth?
That's
no.
mean.
You guys have no.
No, that's later. That's later.
My goodness.
Over pizza and beer.
Alright, we're still, well, I guess we'll discuss later what the prize is going to be. Cause it can't be both. I mean, if we start
What?
throwing money
Are
away.
we still
look at-
on this?
Yeah, cause he
It's
keeps
just a free
insisting.
stinking booth. Move on.
Free booth,
It's
you,
best booth and free booth. Like done. Move on.
come on, John, give it to me. Okay, thank you.
No,
For this year.
No. And a free cup of coffee.
Why, you think it should be a $50 prize?
no,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't like to give money back.
Yeah. And I like that, where it's gonna be announced.
Yeah. We don't give money back.
Fine.
I have to say, Harry's Pizza decorated unbelievably for fall. I was shocked, I'm like, this is so cool. And I didn't even put out there that we would do a scarecrow or fall decorate. I wanna do something that involves the businesses downtown to get them involved in the October, he's thinking.
Oh man.
Best pumpkin carving they put out from, well, it's hard for.
This is why we have the longest meetings in town.
Yeah, I know, but you know,
Because of your
we have fun meetings. We're
Um,
not yelling and screaming at each other.
an idea, but it's not a good idea. So.
Well, tell us anyway and we'll let you know.
Why? Why would you encourage that? You just said it was a bad idea. Move on.
No, it's not a bad idea. It's just logistically it doesn't quite work.
So
So
soapbox derby race.
no, my other thought was to do a committee picked best booth and the People's Choice. The reason being choosing the People's Choice is to get people's information so that we can then send them emails and ask them to volunteer.
Sell it to Google.
But it doesn't make sense to put your information on the People's Choice.
I mean, they could
Then-
vote
then
all day
they
and put it
should
in a
get the
bucket, but
chairman's
I would
award.
have to.
The what?
Won't they get the chairman's award?
The Chairman's Award?
Yeah, why not? Don't I get to pick one?
But all of you guys are gonna pick
How
one.
many free booths do you guys want to give away?
Honestly,
I don't wanna give away
Okay,
any.
okay.
Exactly. So
So one.
best booth.
best booth,
That's
we pick
good.
it.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Free
Now,
booth, done.
I would like to do something
The
that
chairman's
involves the businesses.
Like a soapbox derby car race.
If they all want to build their own car, then sure. I've always been
They should
for that.
decorate-
It's just,
they should
I know, you're
decorate
looking
the-
at him with a
They should
smile.
decorate the front of their store.
Which, I mean, the 4 stores in downtown Douglas?
Well, you got a lot more. I mean, Tanya has hers, then you've got the bike shop, then you've got Harry's, the goodness store.
We don't even give them the sidewalk in front of their store. Why are we gonna start having them decorate their store?
Yeah, what's the,
Decorate
What's
their
the drum?
window, the west window or
What's
something.
the, why would they? What's the draw?
I don't know.
Well, to get people in the business, but still.
What's the incentive?
Yeah. A free,
Well, someone
free
actually,
property taxes for a year. We'll get that from the.
almost all the
Board of
businesses
Selectmen.
downtown,
How you gonna sell that one?
almost all the businesses downtown buy a space. Except for Diggers Lurkers, they don't.
So they're included in the the best
Alright,
booth?
they're in the best booth. Alright,
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? If a business has paid for a spot, then they could decorate their storefront to be considered part of the competition for best booth.
No, that's an unfair advantage.
Don't they buy them to
There's
not
also
have to set up
there's a whole
space?
can of worms you don't really want.
they, sometimes they buy the space just so there's
What
no
are you
one in
gonna do,
front
give
of
them
them.
a free space?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's not.
Okay,
I
Best
still
booth.
would like to sell.
That's a good idea. I like that, John. Best booth.
I move on.
Okay. Now, years ago, I don't know
We
how
need
we
a
can do
second.
this, but it just entered my
Second.
mind. What?
We move
I.
Are you shutting me down?
No,
We are on tape.
No, we're
dear.
moving
Hey,
on.
where's your gavel?
We are moving
Don't you have a
on.
gavel?
we're moving on. Go ahead, move on. I didn't, I'm telling you to move on.
Couch is gonna be
I'm
cool
telling you to-
tonight.
Whatever you wanna do.
It's downstairs where the heater's not
I got
working.
a spare bedroom if
So is he has the whole
me
upstairs.
and Christine can carpool to Boston tomorrow morning.
I lost my train of thought.
Finish your thought.
Oh, years ago, remember when Greg owned Gregory's? He bought a bike and sold raffle tickets from summer on.
Mhm.
And the money went to the Oktoberfest committee.
Oh, that was
Do you
nice of it.
think we could do something like that and we would put it in a downtown area place in their
We're not
business
pouring.
or what?
We're not.
No,
pouring.
but it's fun. It gets people excited. Some kid could win a bike and they'd be all excited.
Let's revisit what you just said. No, we're not, okay?
Yeah.
But part of the reason for that is because we go out and get donations. I have
Absolutely.
sponsors.
Absolutely.
Okay,
And
because-
we also have a rainy day fund because I've been maniacal about that since I joined the committee.
Right.
You
But-
do your pretty good job of spending it.
Yes, I do.
Entertainment
Absolutely.
went up a lot because we have 4 places. That's not including the sound guy.
But my point is, like, if we're looking to fundraise, like, let's aim a little higher than the event.
Well,
And unless there's something we want to, if we're like, oh, we want to do fireworks, then fine, let's, do something for that. But I think there's, like we've gotten to the point now where we've started to reach beyond ourselves and say, okay, we have a very successful event. When we're successful, we contribute back to the community. So to fundraise just for ourselves, I think is a step back for us. Where we do a really good job of like, hey, we're doing well. We do a scholarship now. We're working. We give money back to the Jenks store. We put some money aside for rainy day to keep it going.
Well, it's also because you get the public involved. They get excited. Well, you could do, if you get the thing donated, have a free drawing of a bike or something. Especially towards a kid. I mean, that's where I'm going for, is something that's towards a kid, and it's a free drawing, and it starts at a
It's
certain
free.
time.
You could, picture.
Why not?
I kind of like
And the
this.
drawing is drawn
Let's say-
at Oktoberfest at this time.
Yeah,
then we're
let's say,
Must be present to win.
we did it like a door prize,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, hold on, I'm still caught up in this free drawing thing.
We could do a free drawing, or you could sell tickets. He doesn't like the idea of selling
No,
tickets.
I would,
But it would help pay for your entertainment and sound guy.
I like the idea of like a kid's bike, nice bike, right? And
John's got bikes.
the Octoberfest has it, right? And we got it somehow, we either got it
Raffle off
donated,
a boat.
or we bought it with a discount, or something like that. And then what happened is we have kids go somewhere to get a raffle ticket, okay? And then we do a drawing, and we give it away.
The day
Okay?
of.
The day of Octoberfest, like a door prize. That's it, cost them nothing.
So we can,
So why are we charging for raffle tickets?
if you're gonna charge for raffle tickets, it's
'Cause
not
what
a
do you wanna
door
do with the
prize.
No,
So- so that is-
I didn't say charge for raffle tickets, I didn't say sell them.
Well, yeah, but
Okay.
he is.
They go and get a raffle.
I want to charge for raffle tickets.
You do or you
No.
don't?
I do.
They do, okay.
What
Which-
about,
Which again, like, so there's two ways to go with this. One is we adopt a charity,
Yeah,
you know, and we say, okay, you know, I know there's like charities out there where they like donate bikes to kids or whatever. So you know, we sell raffle tickets for that, and then we donate to the proceeds go to that. You know, or like you said, you do free raffle tickets and.
How much profit do we have for the end of this year?
we made about $4,000 total.
So we have enough for next year's funding,
Oh, yeah.
for a rainy day fund, and
Yeah.
all that, because we're spending more. We have to make more to keep spending more.
But this proved that we spent more, and we definitely did that, but we also made more. We also brought in more money.
Okay.
Part of the reason why we did that is because we got more sponsors. Like we had, like the Larger Than Life sponsors and that type of stuff, so.
And
then
some of the output was one-time
one-time expenses.
expense, right?
Yes,
The larger than
like
life
we
caricatures.
bought all the orange awnings.
We're
I'm not gonna do
adding
that
to it.
again, okay? So,
You guys.
so we took in a bunch of money, we did spend a lot.
Yeah.
We're not gonna buy green grass again next year.
No, but we'll
Okay.
wind up.
So.
We'll
the-
wind up buying something else in order to
Yeah.
make it bigger. Actually, we might wind up buying more grass. John wants to run like the dogs, like the whole.
No, that was plenty long enough.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
wanted
no,
to run.
originally until
Yeah.
I realized.
So I'm trying to
But,
keep
but
going.
a lot of those,
Yeah.
Little legs?
a lot of those expenses we did
Little
here
dog.
were one-time things,
Okay.
okay? So.
But we're always coming up with new ideas, so
Yeah.
there's always
I know,
gonna be
but
another
what-
one-time thing.
Yeah, but
Something
hopefully,
else that Tony will build out of 2x6s.
usually what
Using that
happens is
dynamo
if
for
the
months.
idea, if the idea is big enough and has enough momentum, I go find a sponsor for it,
Okay,
okay? So that helps us
alright, so
bring it on
then,
board, and it
are we
helps us
go-
pay for it the first time.
so is the thought to go back to have a cool prize and we can sell raffle tickets, but it's donated towards something?
Okay, here, I don't care. Either we charge or not, I don't care.
You like the idea?
Sure. The only thing that we have to do is collect adult information if we're gonna do raffle tickets.
Yeah, so
What do you
here's the
mean?
problem. If we do free, then you're gonna get a bunch of crap.
what if
You
we
know,
do, and I don't know, and we'd
You'll
have
get
to work out
100,
the
someone printed them
logistics.
up.
What if we did, we were talking last year, our priority was getting the traffic flowing and getting people moving from one area to another. What if we do some sort of a scavenger hunt based on the names of the different vendors or something, where they have to fill out a form, mom and dad's information's at the top, kid has to check off and get, information and answer to a clue or
Teenagers are
something.
dropped off.
That's a lot of work for a raffle.
We had a scavenger hunt and they
But
loved it.
then, if it gets them moving, especially if you're talking younger kids, depending on the size of the bike that we're looking at, they're dragging mom and dad all over the place looking for these answers to put in their raffle for a free bike.
Well, you've got,
We could also just do it electronically. Like you could have signs posted everywhere and said scan the QR code or put
Yeah.
a link and drop it in to a Google form. It's just we shouldn't squander the opportunity to collect information of people and names. That's how we picked up 3 or 4 volunteers. Is once you get people's email address, then we can send them email. But until
Right.
we get that, nothing. So I'm all for it. Just like let's just collect
It was
information.
your idea. I would hope you'd be for it.
The bike? That was Mary's idea.
Is it your idea?
yeah.
I thought the raffle was your idea.
No, pay attention.
All right. Good job, man.
Thank you. Alright, so a prize and then
Don't
we'll,
donate it. We're not purchasing this. We want you to donate it.
Right.
So unless
Yeah,
we get
I'll
somebody,
try to get it donated.
unless we get somebody donated, it's not gonna get off the ground.
alright, all the raffle tickets, whether
Maybe
they're
I'll get
paid for or
Walmart to
not,
do
has to have
something.
information on it. But I think they should, you're right, they should have to pay for it only because it doesn't have to be too expensive, it's the point of, otherwise someone's gonna print up 1,000 of the tickets and they're
Oh, yeah, we
gonna,
could do it electronic. We don't need any paper. Put up the QR codes everywhere and,
Do we have the technology to do that?
yeah, piece of cake.
not everybody has that stuff at home, not everybody has a
Do you have
computer.
no, on your cell phone.
Not, believe it or not, there are families in town
Jesus,
that
Mary.
don't. No,
And
they
Joseph.
don't.
Okay, well, then
That was funny.
we're going for the 99% here that have a phone.
That's unfair to little
No,
Joey.
it's not. Dang it, Mary, because the whole point is, the idea is that what we want to do is to email them and say we want you to volunteer. So that's the whole point. We're not going to be able to email people that don't have an email address.
Well, how are you gonna sell tickets
How did
then?
that get turned into
We're not selling
that?
tickets.
Because
Oh,
I,
so alright,
Because that was John's idea.
okay, well, there are other methods of doing that, it doesn't have to be tagged onto this, okay? I was looking, my whole concept of giving away the bike was as a door prize, had nothing to do with collecting
Well, same thing,
information.
but
It's
the
both.
same-
Why do people give away stuff? It's
Yeah.
Collecting.
collect info.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. I don't.
Yeah.
And fine, we can put put a sign. This is if you don't have a cell phone, then you can get a
You
ticket.
can sign in
Get
at
a
the
ticket
administration
at the
booth.
booth.
or at the library, I'll talk to Justin.
Doesn't
See if
matter
he'll
where
have-
it is.
Okay, alright.
Yep.
But if they're at the library, they could just use the computer.
There you go.
There's always someone on it. You cannot usually get those computers. There's someone up there checking their eBay and they're on there for hours. I used to bring Gabriel to story time. We were there for 2-3 hours. Same person, same people, all sit. We never needed to use the computer, which is fine. One time Damon wanted to use it and couldn't. People do what they want to do and that's fine. That's the reason the computers are
all we
out.
gotta do, well,
Okay.
I regret
I can
this.
fix the, I can
Can
fix
we
the
get
problem then.
Do you have a cell phone?
We can just put Wi-Fi on
But
the
I'm
street.
me and I'm married to him.
Douglas Octoberfest free Wi-Fi.
Why doesn't the town offer Wi-Fi so we can get? Oh, wait a minute. You guys are taping this.
I knew we were gonna get a dirty look.
You want to talk about the Christmas thing?
The Christmas thing, okay, so we are doing the prize.
I would like a present.
We're gonna do the prize, but it needs more work.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we can all bring, our next meeting, we'll all bring ideas of what it can be, or if you bring in a massive prize, we'll be like, yahoo!
What are we talking about?
The donation.
The raffle
The
prize.
donation.
Stay with
We're gonna move
Christmas.
forward. No,
No.
we're not on Christmas yet. We're still finishing
I don't know
the
where
bike.
Christmas comes from.
The bike raffle prize.
Stay with us.
Or something.
Hi. Hey. Hello. Fly.
Oi,
Oh, that's mean. He's the bully.
Yeah, Jen, you're right.
Okay, go forward, we're done with
Christmas.
this.
What
We
is
will all,
Christmas?
we will all bring thoughts
Now we're on
to the
Christmas?
next meeting.
Now we're moving to Christmas.
Okay.
Next.
Christmas.
Next item.
Next item,
Go ahead.
And Joseph.
next item.
Don't even look at me, you guys have been yelling at me.
No, we thought up the plan originally, you mentioned it at his house.
Oh, that's
What did I mention?
the Christmas tree.
Oh, yes, okay. I would like to, we discussed it, you two were not available, but
Sorry.
Eric,
Oh.
no, that's okay.
You two would be very expensive.
Informally.
Eric was there, so we discussed that they didn't have a common lighting on the common this year because it was a lot of work and no money to put it on. So I thought, why can't we help them?
Because
No, no,
it's-
no, no,
because the issue
Why can't we do
is
Not help them. Do it.
We wanna
Yeah.
do it.
We wanna
do it.
We wanna
We
do
wanna take
We
over.
wanna do it.
Well,
We yeah, well,
we don't wanna take over the common, we just wanna take over
that little event.
event.
And Keith is thinking, without
Yeah.
trying to say it okay.
So in other words, we don't wanna own the common, okay, there's a
Right.
common committee for that.
Yeah.
However, they did this event where they did official tree lighting.
For
Yep.
years,
Okay,
or a
for
couple
years.
years.
A couple
Yeah.
years, yep. I
And then
tried
there
to
were-
be on the committee, yep.
and then they
Yeah.
ran out of volunteers.
And then
Well,
all of a
because
sudden,
there were reasons.
for whatever
I would
reason,
assume.
a whole bunch of them,
Yeah.
they stopped doing it. One of them that had to do with funding,
Right.
okay. So we said,
Let's make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
We can have a little bit of entertainment, the course or whatever, but you guys
oh,
are.
man, I've always wanted to do.
Use the words.
finish the statement you started.
Yeah, so one of the things I've always wanted to do, actually at the Jenks store or at the Common, depending on the weather, is an open mic Christmas theme. So everybody that signed up for an open mic slot had to do a Christmas song. But
This
you-
is,
Oh, I like
this
that.
is not that,
well, it would be, because it would be part of the Christmas lighting. So you'd have people that go up, and it gives people a reason to like go down there, and like you're singing Christmas songs. So you're doing carols, and then there's the music, and there's, unless it's too cold, and then it does, then it doesn't make sense.
Well, we would actually think about what they did the lighting on the Common stuff. They did it like, I don't know, 6 o'clock or something, you know, they started at 6 o'clock as a start. We were thinking about backing it up just a little bit earlier, like getting up there like 3 or 4 o'clock, okay? And then having a couple vendors there, maybe one that sells hot chocolate and, you know.
Yeah, has anybody reached out to the committee and see if they'd be receptive?
I was
No,
going
we're
to
just
do that.
talking around
Yeah.
amongst ourselves and
So-
see if we're interested in even pursuing it.
Before we even take that step, let's see if they're interested in being pursued. Because if somebody came in and was like, you guys are, like you kind of dropped the ball on Octoberfest, so why don't you let us take over that day? We'd
Well,
be like,
that's not how.
whoa!
That's not kind of how we were gonna approach it.
No,
Okay.
I mean, we want it to happen for the town.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what it's like.
We want it to happen, and people love it. And so we thought, we were disappointed, it's like, oh my gosh, it didn't happen, and people were questioning and asking, and I'm like, well, they had issues this year, let's help them, let's make it happen for next year. It's
yeah,
our
that's
thought.
the difference, is that
Well, if
we're
you're
happy to
saying,
pick up an event that's defunct, if it is in fact defunct, and it
Yeah.
sounds like
Well,
that's the question.
Well, but we look, it's different because we're not really picking up we're just reinventing a different event
That's no longer happening.
that's no longer happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right, and we have the funds and the manpower to do it.
yeah.
yeah. So, like I said, what I'm saying is, let's.
I'll reach out to them.
Conversation one
Okay.
is, hey, would you guys be willing to let us?
Does anyone else wanna reach out to them?
That's all
I
you
don't
get.
even know
Yeah.
who I will reach out to.
Send me an email, I'll do it.
Okay,
I'm just not offering because I have,
Yeah, I get it.
I've had an issue with the committee, so I'm not the
We'll
best.
we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so I'd like to be on board with everything, so I know what we're looking at. Okay, so Keith will reach out to, okay.
Now, you gotta remember, when you do it, you're not gonna say, you dropped the ball, so we wanna go in there and take it
No,
over.
that-
We're not gonna do
No,
that.
I'm
it's a
very
shame that we
particular.
no longer,
We'd like to
Yeah.
make sure it happens this year and make it a little bigger and,
General Patton and I, very diplomatic.
okay, so, all in all, my vendor forms are gonna be going out now that we have the okay, and we're gonna put in that best booth, blah, blah, that's gonna be going out.
Now, what about pictures on the website?
John's got them, so do you.
Yes, I got an email to me like, I don't know, an hour ago or something.
Yeah, an hour ago.
Yeah,
I didn't put them up in that last hour.
yeah.
I wouldn't put them up until we're announcing the
Why?
vendor, or not the vendor form, but either the scholarship or the vendor form. Because then what you're saying is, hey, here's a reason to go back and check out our website. By the way, our vendor.
By
form is
this
available.
weekend, I will have the vendor forms all out. It takes me hours, cause I do them singly, one at a time. That way it doesn't go in their spam folders.
You mailed them out.
And then there's a
Then-
few that
and then you post
have to be mailed because they have no emails.
You email them one at a time?
Yeah, you almost have to, because otherwise.
because the
you get
mass
spam.
email will get.
Yeah, you
It'll
spammed.
get thrown in their spam folder and they never get them.
Yeah.
I have to do, and it's a whole process of,
Yeah.
here's their address, Douglas Octoberfest.
Alright,
Click.
what about like a constant contact or a,
Costs $50 a month.
what about the other, I'm sure they all probably cost money.
Like MailChimp or one
Yeah,
of those.
MailChimp.
Do you use your own personal email address for that, or is it like a
They all
Douglas
contact me at
Oktoberfest?
the house.
Oh, God,
And my-
get me an email address, please.
And, my phone number's been given out for years. I gave up on trying to hide my
So-
house.
No, I was only
We
asking
had-
because if it was a
Yeah,
generic like group email address, we could,
And
I
it's
could
not
help you
even-
with it.
We,
It's not even
we
right.
discussed email.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
October
I don't care, just get me an email address.
They cost money.
Just
No, they
entertain.
don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
I told you, to go find one that doesn't cost money then.
Yeah, I'm with John, they actually do cost
They all
money.
cost
I
money.
found that out with my
No, they
business.
don't.
Unless we get a Gmail, which.
Okay, yeah,
I can give you, wait a minute, I can give you an email address tomorrow, okay, that's free. And it'll be John Menard at douglasoctoberfest.com.
Okay, make that happen. But
Kinda
don't
like
make it John Menard at Octoberfest.com, make it entertainment at Oktoberfest.
Oh, that one's
Okay.
cool, entertainment, yeah.
That one actually already exists, by the way.
But that's the,
Not with a K.
Huh?
it's the hosting side of it that costs money. All of the website hosting
Yeah.
are happy to charge
We
you.
already have a website that's douglasoctoberfest.com with a C. Right now,
Okay.
okay.
No,
That's, wait a minute, remember that website that you used to do, okay, with, Dreamweaver or something,
yeah,
right? We still have that website,
okay,
okay? Because it's tagged on 4 other websites that I have, so we still have that one.
yeah,
That one has the ability to have email addresses that are part of the hosting package,
right,
okay?
But it's the
Unlimited, okay? So all I've done, okay, for his website is I just went in and I forwarded the domain name to your website.
Yeah.
But that other website still exists,
Yes.
okay?
What's the point?
And
We're
you can
gonna
still
need-
get email.
okay, but we're gonna need one with a K.
Hmm?
We're gonna need one with a K.
Can't you go back and change that? No, on the,
Well, yes, there is.
Yeah.
If I forward the one with the K to this domain, then yes, I can do that.
Make it
But,
happen.
but then his website doesn't work anymore,
oh, good lord, figure it out.
okay?
Yeah, make it happen.
It's just,
kinda your job.
here's the point.
You're
The
the
point
computer
the
guy.
point is, the hosting company, when you have an email, the hosting company provides email as part of the hosting package, except the website that he bought.
No, not except,
No,
none of them do.
no,
They charge you for it.
that's not entirely true. Like Network Solutions, when they host the site, you get so many email boxes with it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Wix does not
Yeah.
do that.
Right. Well, there's trade-offs and pros and cons.
Yes.
Right?
So like right now, I'm using SiteGround. SiteGround does, even though they're hosting, they do charge for email.
Yeah.
But their email system is a metric ton better than Network Solutions. So it's what do you want?
There is,
All I want is just not to be on Yahoo anymore.
if someone wants to do the legwork, Google, it's possible to get the G Suite, the Google Suite, for free for nonprofits. You have to meet the requirements, and it takes a little work, sending them all the paperwork, but it's
I
possible to get it
don't,
for free.
why can't, what's wrong with having the, entertainment on Oktoberfest.com with its C?
Because it's not aligned
No.
with everything.
We're pushing hard to get Octoberfest.
Right,
with
with a K, and now we're gonna be like, okay, accept our email address.
Yeah, no,
It's
you
also,
gotta have the K.
it's also only a short-term thing, so long as that
Unless we wanna go back to C.
is being paid for.
No, because I'm keeping it alive, because if somebody spells Douglas Oktoberfest with a C, okay, it'll go to that website too,
Yeah, we should have that.
okay?
Which should have a link to
So
the new
You
one.
just alias it, it's fine.
Either one. If they type in douglasoktoberfest.com with a C or a K, it goes to the same
Yeah,
website.
no, I get that. But the email address should be
Should be K.
Yeah, it needs to be.
Okay, now, my question is, the pictures for the website should also go on Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook should be updated as often as we, same with the website, as
Well,
often
yeah,
as we
when we
can.
do the website, we'll put them up on Facebook too, because like I said,
Yeah.
it just, when we put the pictures up, it should be also to
It should be
drive
for-
traffic for something.
Okay,
Can we be a little bit selective about what goes up? If I haven't looked through any of them, but if there's any like blurry photos or anything like that, let's.
Sarah wouldn't,
or
Okay.
inappropriate, or
Alright. I don't know.
Oh, Jeff-
someone
Jessica.
dragging their dog
Sorry,
down the
sorry.
street.
yeah, she wouldn't send us bad photos. There's photos that make me look bad, but that's kind of like what she does. I'm not wrong, right? Hey, every year she's excited. She's like, "Oh, Louis, you see this one?"
Yeah, jeez.
Move to adjourn.
I'm not ready.
So moved.
Okay, that's good.
And then we have soapbox to
No more events on Octoberfest.
No.
We got enough going on.
Gotta make the
Anything
parade
else?
bigger,
Gotta make what?
the parade bigger.
The parade?
Larger than life.
Some people liked it, some people did, they went, that's it, that's all you got? I went,
Gotta
oh.
fix the sound.
And I'm like, do you realize how hard he worked on those puppets?
Halfway through the street, they couldn't hear anything.
No,
Yeah, these
that's,
speakers.
that's.
The other problem was that as they were trying to walk through the streets, people were in their way. They weren't clearing the way for the
We need
dancers
to
to come
lead them
through,
with the
so.
train.
No, not with the train, but we'd figure out how to clear it.
I'll clear the
With
street.
one
I'll
of the
walk there.
Douglas snowplows.
But,
It's one way to
Fire
go.
trucks, yeah.
Fire. With a plow.
But sound was a problem, because halfway
Easy fix.
through,
Don't dwell on it.
We couldn't
Easy-
hear it.
Easy fix.
What are you gonna do?
We'll get some power monitors and just, if we have enough receivers, done. Easy fix.
we'll just buy 300 boom boxes and we'll put them on all the vendor tables. Okay?
It's that
Tune them to the next
spending
station.
thing going on again.
Right?
No, because you can't even, well, yeah, actually, I guess you could. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. All those radios?
That
That actually would be
That
cool.
would be pretty cool.
But actually the FM thing worked great though.
Yeah, worked pretty good.
Yeah,
it did.
once we
It
got it
worked.
dialed in.
Yeah. And Barry.
Oh, can we use the microphone system with the FMS system?
We did.
We're talking about people not hearing their names and
Yeah.
calling
Yep.
our volunteers
Yeah.
and whatnot.
As
Can
long
we
as-
use that to make sure it's broadcasting throughout and not just
Yeah, we
at
can,
the stage?
as long as all of the stages turn off the music,
Mhm.
Yeah,
then yes.
like you have
If we have a
to,
scheduled time.
yeah, everybody has to know at X time, and
Yeah.
I'll need a military watch. We'll all need military watches.
I'm just thinking, and we're looking for ways to,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
Atomic powered.
okay, we gotcha.
Now Bear did say, okay, that because I mentioned that, I told him we had a problem with sound halfway. So he did mention that he was gonna, that he has speakers that he could put out there with a receiver on them,
Yeah,
okay, about halfway down. So
yeah, no, it's
we
not
will,
an issue.
but we're gonna wanna experiment with that so that we don't get caught again.
Okay.
I just suddenly
Cease and
thought of
desist from the FCC.
something that the library is usually paid by the Sokol Hall. Some money, and things changed this year. Sokol Hall now pays us, they go through us as a regular vendor. So the library received nothing. I would like to request a donation of some sort to the library. Because they let us use their lawn and I get to put up whatever I want on the right-hand side and all that. And,
Yeah, if we're getting use out of it, that's fine.
yes, we get use out of their lawn because our vendors are up there.
I'm not opposed.
$10. Yeah,
How much money do they typically get from the Sokol?
They just get a couple $100.
that does seem steep.
What did we cut the Jenks store?
How much did Sokol pay us?
The Dengster gets
300?
20% of the beer
All my
garden.
paperwork's out.
So-
They paid for 6 vendors.
Yeah, we're
6 vendor sites at
using
$50
a lot more
each.
space.
Right, well, that's what I was asking, I'm like, we're
$300.
not,
Yeah,
Okay.
you know,
So the
but
Sokol-
we're
That's
also
not
making
exactly
a good
what they
profit off of
possibly
our
would have
space from
gotten,
them,
but-
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
those two things.
No, that's not what they would have paid. That's not what they would have paid.
Yeah.
He had said, because he had told me that they had paid him $100 or $150 he paid, that Sokol paid them. But the Sokol Hall paid us the real fee for 6 spots. They paid us $300,
They should be.
okay? Now,
It worked out
that's
well.
a
It
first
worked out very
because,
nice at the end.
because it'd been like, 3 or 4 years that they hadn't paid that.
Yeah, we don't need to rehash that again.
Nope, it's all good.
Are they
So-
giving us electricity?
Hmm?
Is the library giving us electricity?
No, we pay our own, don't we?
No, they supply it to, well, they don't, because we're using our box, okay, it's on their building,
But
but,
they're very helpful with anything that we need or need to do or want
Yeah.
the day of.
So how do we put a dollar amount on that?
100.
Well, that's a tough question. I don't know.
Half? 150, half of 300?
But they, oh, you mean half of what we get from Sokol?
Yeah.
That seems fair to me.
I was thinking 2, but that's just me.
I move 150.
Input.
Just trying to hang some sort of reasoning on it other than
Then that sounds good.
that sounds good. I mean, they're getting comparable to what they've gotten in the past,
Yeah.
and then we're getting our piece. They're getting their piece.
Mhm.
We're getting the control over the space.
So we're getting,
Yes,
that-
getting
that's,
control. Really what-
that's really it. It
Yeah.
was the control, because they were going out of control.
So everyone is
And you mean,
everyone's happy with that.
Mhm.
I think, right? Everyone gets paid. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
if we needed to use the back, he would let us use the back as well.
Well, we put our porta potties there.
Yeah, but I'm saying the very back, if we,
Yeah.
you know,
We park cars behind there. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
And they're pretty receptive of, you know,
I want to be
That's-
fair.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanna be fair, I just
yeah.
wanna make sure we're being fair to the
Generous,
Octoberfest too.
Yeah. So I move $150
to the library.
to the library.
Second.
Any more discussion?
Does it go to the library or the Friends of the Library, and
No,
does it make a
it's-
difference?
Friends of the library.
This is the library directly.
I'm just,
What? No, you have to give it to the Friends of the Library.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not where the Stokel was donating it.
well, they just handed over cash or wrote a check.
I'm sure they didn't.
Oh, sorry.
We don't know anything for sure, because
Actually,
we
I
weren't
had
involved in it, so we
Yeah, I
can't
was-
speak to how they received
I
any
will
funding.
figure out how it goes.
Okay.
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 So 150 to the appropriate parties.
So moved. Once Mary stops writing my table.
Any more discussion?
And I don't write hard, I was,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, done.
Move to adjourn.
okay.
It is his house.
Anything else?
I want my house.
He wants everyone to go home.
Yeah, I just want to take the dog out before he pees.
No, he's sleeping. He's upside down, sleeping.
Second.
We're gonna do Larger Than Life again this year. Okay.
He's not giving it up, Keith, yet.
Nope.
I'm not ready to give it up yet.
No, I meant in the meeting.
I'm
Yeah.
not ready to give the meeting up yet either.
I do have children who have to go to
Only that-
bed at some point, so.
We're gonna
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a different song,
Really? Okay.
Does
alright?
Amy have any
Amy
input on that?
know? Does Amy know that she's doing a different song?
I wanna
Does Amy know
be
she's doing
in
it
on
again?
those meetings,
Yeah, and
because I would have had it done differently.
we're gonna add a few more characters.
We need to add more characters.
The idea is that, here's the big thing, okay? Is they did a great job for performing, okay? With not much time to practice and all of that stuff, and what we threw at them. They really didn't kind of understand what we were requesting, really, at first. And I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
Okay. But we wanted, or we envisioned when we thought of this, just a little bit more interaction with the crowd. And it was hard to get them to do that.
They're children.
Huh?
They're children.
Yeah, they're children.
Right, but they
So-
also are volunteering to
Yeah.
do this. But that's why we're gonna,
Okay, so the idea was, is we were gonna add a couple of more puppets, okay? And they're gonna be adults.
yes, so they can
Okay.
interact.
Not children, okay? So what'll happen is we'll still have that core, and we'll have some adults in these costumes that are
I nominate John.
Where are you gonna get these adults?
I got one
I
right
nominate
here.
John.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Is there a second? I
So-
nominated John.
Descent.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
No, there's nothing to figure out.
Well, no, not you, but we'll figure
We'll
out
figure it
what
out.
they will be in
But-
and
but
who
that- but
possibly
that's-
wants to go
that's
in
the
it.
idea.
John wants to go in.
And so these would be
Absolutely not.
individuals walking along with the parade,
them.
but not choreographed. but, you know,
Not
so
choreographed, not in
following
there,
your
but they're
No.
part of that unit.
Yeah.
So that what happened is that they'll interact more with the little kids in the
Mm-hmm.
crowd and stuff, so it'll be more of a wow event,
Okay.
Yeah,
okay? That's kind of what we're.
because they did so
we're-
well trying to control those big things.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think John's
Got a
right, guys.
redesign too, of them making it so that they don't move. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a backpack bottom.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
A little
So-
price in the bottom.
Hey, you know,
It's a
you
learning
had to use them to
experience.
figure it out, you
Yeah.
know? So,
Only gonna get better. Cool. Move to
and then
adjourn.
we fixed the sound.
Yes,
And
all
then,
right,
I still move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
yeah. And then I will get a sponsor to pay for it again,
Good, thank you.
okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
all right, we have no idea what the next things will be, because we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah, and then, you know, we gotta think up, gotta add something else big, you know?
I got a soapbox to recover,
No.
but Melissa needs to get her kids home.
Yep, all right, we are adjourned, we're done,
Okay.
we're
No,
done.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
We didn't do a motion to adjourn.
I just.
Yes, we
We
did.
didn't do
He
a
moved, I
second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we're.